Hello folks, Sam Owens here, and we've got a nice tool from XTOOL. This is the XTOOL D5 Smart Diagnostic System, and this is the box it comes in, and it's a nice little storage box. When it's not in use, it's protected with a liner in there. And we're going to look at what we get with this first. First, you get some documents. You get a certificate, quality certificate right here. Someone went through and really checked it out. You also get a packing list of what you have here. Oh, and you have a user manual right here. You can scan that and get the user manual. That I've looked at and is most helpful. Quick start guide, and again they have support information right here. This is going to show you the 4 steps to getting started. Okay, and you need Wi-Fi for a lot of the features of the Smart Diagnostic System, the D5. And there are some you don't need it, but so you'll need to hook up to your Wi-Fi home system or whatever's close to it for diagnosing your car or using it on your car. Okay, so you get the documentation you need. You also get a charging cable right here. It's a Class C charging cable, and you get the connecting cable that's going to connect the tool to the OBD2 diagnostic port in your vehicle. Then you get the tool itself, the diagnostic tool. And on the tool, there's only one button, a power button right here that turns it on. And over here you've got the charging port, and you pull this up, and you've got the charging port there. And your memory card goes here. They do not give you a memory card. It goes up to 128 gig. I've got a 64 gig, and we're gonna put that in right now. Right here, it's one of those TF cards. And let's see. Most of the time, whichever way the screen is, you put the colored side up. There's the black side with the contacts. We're going to try it and see if that isn't the case. Yep, you're using your fingernail. You push down until it locks. Also, this is where you connect your connecting cable right here. And there's 2 screw ends, terminals that holds it in place. So in a critical measurement, you're not unplugging the cable. And that wouldn't be good. Alright, so we're all hooked up there. Let's see what charging consists of and how you determine if you're fully charged. Okay, plug the C port in and plug this in, and in a short little bit you'll see the battery indicator come on. And I haven't turned it on, so you get the battery, and it's about 96%, so plenty of time. But I did want you to see, press and hold the power button, and we will get started. So we press this and hold it, and watching the screen, and it started up. I have not loaded it yet. I haven't done anything to it. I just wanted you to see the beginning of it, what it's going to look like. And the TF card inserted into the device is only used to save data to ensure data security. Do you want to continue? Yes, continue. Confirm right here. Okay. And now it's formatting that card that I just put in. It was empty, and so there's no problem. So now anything that we want to, diagnostics that we do, and we want to save the results, we have the memory card. Then you can take that memory card out and put it in your computer and view the files, send the files to someone, the customer or what have you. And it's going to take a little time here, so we will come back when it's finished. TF card formatted successfully. Okay, And now, Wi-Fi connection. Now, here's where you will see a list of all the Wi-Fi that the XTOOL is picking up, and you pick the one that is yours, and then it will begin. I'm going to go ahead and pick mine and go through the setup at this point and come back. Now, the first thing is you'll get a place to put your password for your particular Wi-Fi, and there you'll get a check mark when you complete that. And now we go to next, and now it says create an account. Well, I already have an account with XTOOL, so I'm going to go ahead and log in with what I have. This is the screen you get when you complete the Wi-Fi assignment, your password for it, and then registering with your email and a password. Now, start now. Okay, there's the main screen, and right here are updates. There's 115 updates. I haven't done any of them, so we want to go there first and find my car, which is a 2020 Mini Cooper. Okay, there is the Mini right there, so I want to download that one. And now it's going to installation complete. And that's it. I've got it. So now I can get out of there and go back to, see, 114 now. All right, now I have mine in there. We can go to some of the menus and everything. So we'll go to auto scan just to completely scan my vehicle. But in order to do that, I have to have this connected to the vehicle. So we're going to go over and get connected. Before I go, I'm going to connect this in and screw it down so it's keyed so it only goes one way. All right, here is the connector, and this is the front end that's going to go right over this little connector right here. There it is. So I guide this up, get down and look till it locks. And now I'm going to do the auto scan. And auto scan, it'll find my VIN. Please wait. I had to restart, and it says that I need a update. It couldn't find my VIN, and so we're getting a new update here. Okay, it's been rebooted, or it's been updated, and now we're going to reboot. Okay, we've got our new uploaded software, so now we're going to try the auto scan, and it should detect the vehicle VIN, vehicle identification number. Auto scan. And this shouldn't take too long. If yours does, then chances are you need the update. So just recycle the power and it'll give you a chance to restart. Well, after some more minutes, says VIN code is not recognized. Input manually, and there's the manual. Okay, I'll just do okay. And now I will insert the VIN. All right, now we can select individual systems or auto scan. I'm going to do the auto scan to let you see how that looks. And you see you get a green check mark as it's doing. That means it's a good test. If there was a fault, it'll indicate it. Let me just see what the engine shows. Okay. This is the engine, read ECU information. All right. This is all about it. All right, read DTC codes. I don't have any. No codes. Clear, if I needed to clear. Live data. Let's see what we got. Now I don't have the engine running, but I guess we could run the engine and we would see different results. All right. There's the mileage in kilometers. Engine speed is 0. Oil temperature. Okay, all kinds of information are here. This is without the engine running. Let me crank it up and let's see what kind of test we can get. Now you see all of a sudden things. There's pressure. Let's see, engine speed. Okay. Oil temperature, it was 27. It's going up. And the speed, there it is. Yeah, engine speed, 1,000 RPM, and that's exactly what the tachometer shows. All right, so see what you can do with it running. It's showing you all kinds of information that if you're having a problem, it would tell you. Fuel temperature, it even shows. And my fuel pump, let me give it a little gas. See, it's got to go up, so you could test your fuel pump, fuel tank exhaust valves, brake switch. I just put my brakes on, and there's a 1. Brakes on, brakes off. Okay, so this will just about cover everything you could possibly need. Let's get live information. Okay, all groups. Let's just look at all groups. Okay, current gear is in part P. Let's get it into neutral. There's neutral, reverse, drive, and then back to park. All right, right here is the diagnostic, and you can diagnose different things. This is a European car. Many. It's communicating. Okay. I seem to have missed the menu or something. Okay, automatic detection. Okay, we're going to look at automatic diagnostic, and it's going to diagnose. There's everything. Now scanning. Auto scan. I think we've pretty well done this. Yep. Okay. Crash safety. Let's see what's showing. All right, live data. Let's see if there's any. General seat belts. Okay, not connected. Now I'm going to connect my seat belt, and you see it's showing driver not connected. And let's see. Connected. And the passenger is not connected. So you can even test your seat belts out if you were having a problem with maybe the connection wiring or something. Okay, we just completed the use of the XTOOL D5 smart diagnostic system on a Mini Cooper, and it performed really well. You got far more information than I know how to use, but it will help me with when I have an issue with the vehicle. I'll be able to diagnose it pretty well with this. All right, folks, you see, this is the basics of what you need for your do-it-yourself at home, or the professionals could use this. So I think it's got a lot of power and a lot of uses that will help you keep your car running well. All right, I want to thank you very much for watching my video.